Welcome to Microsoft Excel with EJD. In this video, I want to talk about rank and percentile with Analysis ToolPak. Of course, we've been taking a couple of ideas from the Analysis ToolPak for statistical analysis. Of course, like the Analysis ToolPak is an Excel add-in that provides data analysis tools for statistical and engineering analysis. Among its features are rank and percentile. Previously, we had done a histogram, descriptive statistics. I think we did regression too. All right, we did both linear and multiple regression. So the analysis to so among its features, right, are rank and percentile, which allow users to quickly analyze the relative standing of values in the data set. So imagine that you are maybe a teacher or something like that, and you have scores by students, and you want to quickly rank the students. Of course, there's a manual way of doing it, which I've done in the past, but rank and percentile will give you the ranking and percentile. Like if you've written international exams like the SAT or TOEFL, you get your score and they tell you your ranking is like maybe the 78th percentile, right? So what does that actually mean? So that is what this video is about. First of all, let's try to understand rank and percentile, right? First of all, the rank of a value refers to its position in a sorted list. So imagine you have 50 students in a class and they have their various scores. So the rank is basically, but if you arrange in descending order, so the highest score is ranked number one and the least score is ranked number 50 in a class of 50 students, right? So the rank of a value refers to its position in a sorted list. It has to be sorted, either descending or ascending. In Excel, a higher value may be ranked as first, just like I said, if sorting is descending, or as last, if sorting is ascending, depending on the order. So the order you're going for really matters. So ranks are useful in comparing values relative to orders. Imagine for a data set that contains 80, 90, 85, and 70. So if you want to rank it in descending order, 90 will be number one, it will be rank one, 85 is rank two, 80 is rank three, and 70 is rank four. Of course, if you have the scores that if you have ties, like maybe the same score is appearing more than once. So in that case, for instance, if we have two 90s and then 80 and 70, so the two 90s will be rank one each. But then 80 will still be ranked three because the first two have taken the first position, and then 70 will be ranked four, right? So talking about percentile, the percentile of a value indicates the percentage of values in the data set that fall below it. So a score in the 75th percentile means the value is higher than 75% of the other values, right? So if you are in the 75th percentile, it means that you are better than 75% of the other students. Then percentiles help in evaluating how a specific value compares with the rest of the data distribution. For instance, if a test score of 85 is at the 75th percentile, it means the student performed better than 75% of the other students. All right, enough of the stories. Let's go practical. Okay, imagine you have this. Okay, well, by the way, we are talking about the analysis tool pack. And for the analysis tool pack, you need to check under data to see if you have this data analysis. So in case you don't have that, let's imagine that okay, let's imagine that if you go to file, for instance, okay, I can close this. I want to remove it and put it back so you can know how to get it in case you don't have it in your own case. So just come here, go to add-ins, and under add-ins, you have the analysis toolpack, right? Or you can just go to go, right? And come here and uncheck this. If you uncheck the analysis toolpack and say, okay, all right, you see that this data analysis thing disappears. All right. So, but how do you get it back? Because without it, you cannot use the analysis tool pack. So you go again to file, come to options, and under options, you have add-ins. And under add-ins, just go straight to go. So from go, you just click on analysis tool pack and say okay. And once you say okay, once you click okay, data analysis shows here. So imagine you want to so that's how to actually activate the tool pack in the first place. I mean, we've done that in other videos, but I think it's always nice to do it over and over again. So now, um, of course, to come to the data analysis, you click on data like this. And once you click on data that way, and then imagine I have two sheets. I have one that has just one set of scores. And then on sheet two, I have another one. Maybe you have people in a company in their different departments, and maybe they have some kind of scoring system to score their performances. So we'll see, and then you can see some missing values. You can also see that there are repeated values. Somebody has it, like two people at least have 89 and so on and so forth. So we'll deal with a normal case where there are no repetitions, for instance, and there are no missing values first. So once we deal with that, we now go for the next one, and then we'll look at some applications of all of this. Okay. So for you to do the rank and percentile of this, look at, we have 100 students and we have 100 people here. Maybe they are students in a class or something with their various names and their scores in front of their names. You have 73 for Alice. If you jump to Queen, 62. If you jump to Jenna, 89. If you jump to Dana, 41. If you jump to Nail, that's 5. And then you go to Val, the last person, that's 97. By the way, I have put the serial number there because in the rank and percentile results, you're going to see a kind of you're going to see the position. The position is based on the ranking from the highest score to the least score. That's what the position is going to be. So you're going to see the positions are going to tally with this based on the scores. So the scores will be ranked from the highest to the smallest. So let's go for this. Then we go for data analysis. So once you click on data analysis, then we are working with rank and percentile. So we go for rank and percentile. So for rank and percentile, what do we have? So we go for rank and percentile, and then we click OK. So with that OK, now you go for the input range. Which scores do you want to deal with? So we are dealing with just single these scores in this single column. So I'm going to highlight all of that. You can either highlight or give the cell address. So what I've highlighted now is from C1 to C100. So you have $C $1 to $C $101. That's where you have all the data. And then we have score written at the top. Now talking about the label in the first row. So in the first row, we have a label score. So I click on this, that we have labels in the first row. And then the output range, where do you want the output to come? So naturally, in previous cases, I've wanted the scores to go to a new worksheet, but this time around, I want the score to come to say F, to start from F. So I can just click on output range and then click on go to F. Okay, click inside here, right? And click on F. So that's where we want the result to show once we are done. So with this simple way now, you just go okay, and then you have your results jumping out at you like this. So let me format this. Let me just format centralize. I like to centralize a lot. So we can also do all borders. So how do you interpret this result? So 0.97 now tells you where the original position of this score 100. So, and that's the highest score. That's why it's coming first. So 0.97, on serial number, that's Steve with 100, with a score of 100. That's the first person. And the percentile is 100%. 100% means that Steve is better than 100% of the rest of the students. That's what that simply means. And then for number 98, so I go control down now. I mean, we had this shortcut now. So for number 98, that's Ugo. Okay, number 98, that's Tara with a score of 99. So I go back home. So Tara with a score of 99, these are the scores now. And those are these positions are just like the serial numbers we had there. So even if you don't have the serial number, it will still arrange it according to the from the highest. So Tara with 99 is number 2 in rank, and the percentile is 98.90. So it means that Tara is better than 98.9% of the rest of the students. And that makes sense, right? Because only Steve is better than Tara. Okay, so we go to number 99 now. Okay, at point 99 is someone who got 98 as a score, right? Let me go control it. So Ugo got 98, for instance, and Ugo is ranked number 3 according to the score. And then Ugo, the percentile is 97.90%, meaning that Ugo is better than 97.9% of the rest of the students. Okay, let me go to this number, this person in position 1. Of course, that's the first student here. That's Alice. So Alice is in position 1. Alice has a score of 73. Okay, so Alice with a score of 73 is ranked number 28. So Alice is number 28 in the class, and the percentile attached to Alice is 72.7%. That means that Alice is better than 72.7% of the rest of the students. And that's the idea of ranking. So that's the case of just one column. What if we are dealing with multiple column like we have in this case? And then, I mean, here we have some special situations like this. So you can see we have serial number, we have Alice. So let's go to the end of this. We have 78 of them in all. So you can even see for Z, we don't have the department and we don't have the first two scores for UK, for Z. For Yuki, the second score is missing. For Wheeler, the second score is missing, and so on and so forth. The first score is missing for Ray, who is placed at number 70, and the first score is missing for Matt. So you can see missing scores. In addition to that, you have some repeated scores. Like in the other case, we didn't really see any repeated scores. Here now you can see that David and Grace both have 89, while Alice and Ella both have 91 for score 2. So how do we deal with this? Of course, it's basically the same thing, except that you're going to be highlighting another range, the two rows containing the scores in this situation. So again, what do we do? Click on data. You find data analysis here. So you click on data analysis, and then so of course it's all on. So you click on rank and percentile. If it wasn't highlighted on rank and percentile, then you just say you click OK. So once you click OK, of course, what we have here is what we did for sheet 1. So you can feel free to remove this. And once you remove that, then you can now highlight these two scores now. So highlight the two scores down to the last, even with the missing ones. So up to Z that has no scores at all. Then where do you want the output range to be? I want to put the output range in G now. So okay, let me put it in H. So I come to the output range and cancel all that. Then I just click at H. Then once all of that is done, there's nothing else to do. Of course, we have labels in the first row, score 1, score 2. Then once that is done, easily, just click OK. So now that you click OK, you can do some formatting to just like I always like to do. So you come to home, and then you can centralize all the scores, and then you rule all through. Then if you like, you can also highlight all of this. Okay. So bold. Now, okay, let me shrink this a bit so we can see everything at once. Okay, so look at this now. You can see that we have two rows. So if you have more than two rows, the same thing applies. So you see at point 15, that's the person in position 15, that's Olivia. So Olivia is in finance department, had 94 in both scores. So at position 15, Olivia is ranked number 1 for the first score, and Olivia is ranked number 4. Oh, sorry. Olivia is ranked number 1 for the first score. So we deal with each score separately. Olivia is not number 1 for the second score, so it's another person. So for the second score, David is number 1 for the second score. So we have Olivia at number 1 for the first score, and the percentile is 98.40%. That means that Olivia is better than 98.4% of everybody. And then, so this is okay. We can even in the highlighting, right? We can actually demarcate. Maybe you highlight this. Maybe you can just put yellow color or something like this here to show that this is for first score, and for this, yeah, we can just leave it the way it is, right? So the number Olivia is number 1 for this score. Who is the last person? Okay, what happens to the repeated values? Yeah, I think that's also another thing to consider. So 4 people, I think 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people got 91. So these 4 people have all ranked. So you can see 2 people have already been ranked number 1 because they both got 94, 94. So Olivia at the number 15 person and number 51, that's Yusuf. Olivia and Yusuf both got 94, and they are both ranked 1, and they are better than 98.4% of the rest. So now you see in the other case, the best person who was number 1, because the person had a unique score, so we were able to say that the person was better than 100% of the rest of the students. But in this case now, because there's a tie in the scores, so these 2 people, both Olivia and Yusuf, are better than 98.4%. So none of them is better than 100% of the other students. So both of them are better than 98.4% of the rest of the students. And then we have 31, 59, and 62. 31, at number 31, you have Ethan, 31, 31, 59, 62. 31, you have Ethan. Then at 59, you have Ethan, Faye, Jade, and Yuki. Ethan, Feije, and Yuki. So all of them had 90, four of them had 91. So they will all be ranked. So of course, these two are supposed to be first, second, but they are both first now. Then the next person is number 3. Then all of them are number 3 in short. So 3, 4, 5, 6. Then the rest, the next, they also have ties. 7, 7, 7. So it goes like that. So every rank is accounted for except that there are ties now. So there are repetitions, but you don't. So the next person after the first two will not be number 2, it will be number 3 because these first two that are supposed to be first and second are already at 1. So that's how repeated scores are dealt with. And the 4 of them now are better than 92.4% of the rest of the students for score 1. So what happens when there are missing values? Of course, we know there are some missing values. For the missing values, we don't have any results. We only have not available. So in that case, if there are missing values, they are not accounted. They are not counted as part of the results. So for the results available now, you have all of this. Now here for point 2, at number 4, like I said the other time, you have David. David is David. In fact, not only David. In fact, David. 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of them had 95, right? So let me see. Let me just see the first two, 4 and 12. 4 is David, 12 is Leo, right? 20, let me see. David, Leo, and Tom. 5 of them, those are 3 out of the 5. So all of them, so you can see because 5 of them tied at number 1, 5 of them are better than 92.7% of the rest of the student because 5 of them are already taken out of the equation. So here only 2 were taken out. So they were better than 98.4%. But in this case, 5 of them are better than 92.7% of the rest. So that's basically how that goes when you have when you have ties like that. And then for missing values, you have nothing, no result for them. So that's how it is for rank and percentile. Now, why is it necessary to use rank and percentile? What are some applications in the real world? Of course, just like you've seen, right? You can use it for academic performance. You can use it to rank students based on their scores and assign percentile for grading curves. Then you can have sales performance too. So you can compare sales figures across regions or salespeople and understand relative performance. You can use it for quality control, where you rank product defect rates and identify the worst and best performing items in manufacturing. You can have it in surveys and polls. You want to convert survey scores into percentiles to interpret public sentiment. Then advantages of using the ToolPak. It's fast, right? It's the speed. It automates complex ranking and percentile calculations. The accuracy. It reduces the chance of manual errors in large data sets. Clarity. Results are neatly structured in a separate table. So if I was going to do this separately, I mean, just like I'd done in the past, so I have to rank the result first, and then I'll assign first, second, third, and everything to them. But here it's like very easily and automated. So of course it has limitations, right? This is particularly good if you have very large data set. Imagine you're dealing with 1,000 scores. Of course, though you can still do the normal thing that I just explained now, but rank and percentile in Analysis ToolPak makes it pretty easy to handle. So the limitations include that the fact that there is static output. The output is not dynamic. If the original data changes, you must rerun the tool. That's one thing. Then it is one column, or you can only work with one column or one row. I could have put this in row. So the only thing is that if I had done it in rows now, the only difference would just be that when I come to this data analysis part and I click on rank and percentile, instead of choosing columns, I will choose rows, right? So that's the thing. So it only works, only one data set can be analyzed at a time. That's one other limitation of rank and percentile in Analysis ToolPak. Then it has lack of custom percentile types. It does not support all types of percentile computations like linear interpolation used in percentile.inc or percentile.exe functions. So some alternatives you can use for this. For dynamic analysis, you can use rank.eq or rank.avg functions for rank, or you can use percentrank.inc or percentrank.exe for percentiles. For custom reports, you can combine rank and percentile formulas with conditional formatting or pivot tables. So you see that really helps. So in summary, right, you see rank, it shows us relative position in sorted data, and in ToolPak, it's shown as rank. And then alternative function, we have rank.eq, open close bracket, rank.avg, open close bracket. That's for dynamic data. Then apart from rank, right, we have percentile. Percentile shows percent of values below a data point. So like I said, 90 percentile means that if you're at 90 percentile, it means that you're better than 90% of the rest of the students. So it is shown as percentile, and the alternative function for dynamic analysis would be percentrank.inc or percentrank.exe. Then Of course, it is static, just like we said, because it must rerun when data changes. So the ToolPak outputs, yes, it's no. If you're using formulas, it's no under or for alternative functions. So ease of use, it is beginner friendly and no need to write formulas. So the ToolPak output is very high, and then for alternative function, it's quite moderate. All right, so why not get using if you do a lot of ranking and percentile stuff, maybe you work in an exam body or something like that. You may want to embrace the idea of ranking and percentile. And that's the end of this video about rank and percentile with Analysis ToolPak in Microsoft Excel. Let me know how helpful this is for you. If you have subscribed already, thank you so much. Yeah, if you haven't, of course, you know you're missing a whole lot. So go ahead, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and so that I can get alerted each time a new video is released. You can join, you can become a member of this channel by clicking on join. So you see different levels of membership and the associated benefits, right? So you want to avail yourself of that opportunity. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and do all that so that more people can have access to the great content I have going on here. Till I come your way again, keep doing data right. Bye.